All right, welcome back, eighth graders. This is video number 2. I hope you watched video number 1 before you came here. So we're going to look at how to create an equation by locating the slope and the y-intercept on a graph. So let's take a look. The first thing I'm going to do is identify some of my points. So I have a point here where it starts, and then I have a point here, there, there, and there. Okay, so I found 4 points. So let's start with our slope. What is our slope? There's 2 ways you can find it. You can take your coordinates on here, and you can say, okay, based on my coordinates, I'm going to do y2 minus y1 divided by, so you can find 2 sets of points. Or you can look at the graph and you can say, well, if I'm going here and this is 0, if this is my 0, 0 and 6, okay, 1 and 12, okay, 2 and 18, okay. So this is going by 3s, right? And it's going up, so from 0 to 6, I went 6 spaces. From 6 to 12, how many spaces did I go? I went 6. So from here to here, I went 6 spaces. Because see, it's not counting by ones. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in a little more. If you look, it's not going by ones. What we have here is we have a graph that is increasing by 3s, but you have a line that is increasing by 6. So this is going up by 6. So from 6 to 12, it's 6. From 12 to 18, that's 6. From 18 to 24, that's another 6. So my slope is 6. What is my y-intercept? Well, if I look at what my y-intercept is any time you have a point on this line here. So when my x is 0, what is my y? Let's see. My y is at 6. So my y-intercept is 6. So what does my equation look like? Y equals mx plus b. The slope is my m. So mx plus b. Oops, that should be a 6. 6. Okay? This is my b, and this is m, just in case you forget. So that's how you determine the slope and the y-intercept on a graph in order to create an equation. We're going to look at number 19. I want us to take a look at number 19. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Once you look at number 19, our y values are increasing by 100, and our x values are increasing by 1 month. So this is going up by $100, and $100 owed, I'm sorry. And this is increasing by the months. So let's zoom out a little bit so we can get the full picture here. There we go. I'm going to slide that over and move that out the way. That's just kind of holding my paper still. All right, hopefully that's big enough for you to see. Let's see here. That's good, right? Because I can just read the question to you. If you can't see the question, I can just read it to you. All right, so Jeremy is paying back his dad, or paying his dad back money for money that he borrowed to pay for a car repair. The amount that he owes his dad is shown in the graph. So what's happening is he borrowed money from dad. So let's make a point to show where he borrowed the money from dad. He borrowed the money from dad right here. So this is where it started. And then somewhere along here, he gave dad money. So he gave dad money here. So he may have given dad money every month, but the only ones we can track are the ones that meet, the only ones we can track are when your X and your Y meet. So they meet here. Let's see if they meet anywhere else. And they meet here. So they meet at 4 months and they meet at 8 months. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so that we can, now that we've found the points, we can see the rest of it. Okay, hopefully it didn't go out of focus too much. So we're gonna write an equation that represents the situation. Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say y equals, what is my slope? Do we know what our slope is yet? One way you can find the slope is you take one of your points, which we'll say 4, and 400. And we have 8 and 100. We would need to use those 2 points in order to create our slope equation. You could also use 0 and 700. It all depends on what 2 points you want to use to find the slope. So, for the sake of ease, I'm going to use my first 2 sets of points, which are 0 and 700 and 4 and 400. Okay? So, if this is x1, y1, x2, y2, use the equation to find out what you, use this equation to find out what your slope is going to be. So I am going to use my dry erase board. I'm just going to sit that right there. And we're going to write it out. So we have 0 and 700, and we have 4 and 400. Just make sure that this is in frame so that you can see. And there we go. It was not. All right, now we are. Okay. So x1, y1, x2, y2, 400 minus 700, 4 minus 0. Negative 300 divided by 4. I'm going to use my calculator and I'm going to say 300 divided by 4. It's going to equal negative 75. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that negative 75 and I'm going to put it, I have a cameraman, y'all. Camera woman, I'm sorry. It's my 21-year-old, she says hi. So I'm going to take, I don't want my face in it though. Okay, I'm not camera ready, y'all. It's at night and I'm not camera ready. So anyway, we have a negative 75. So what that means is every single month he is paying his father back $75. So we have negative 75x plus, and where did we start? He started at $700. So he borrowed $700 from his dad in order to get his car fixed, and every month he paid him $75. So that is our equation. That is how we represent that equation. Yes, it seems like it's a lot of work for one question, but guess what? It is what it is. You thought I was gonna say something like earth-shattering. I didn't. This is just the way it is. I'm sorry. But at least we're done. Once you figure that out, everything else is a cakewalk. Okay, everything else is easier. So the second question is asking us, what does the slope mean in the context of the situation? What that question is asking you is, explain what the slope means. The slope means, in this particular situation, we already said that. It means that he is paying his dad $75 every month. So we would write it as Jeremy pays his dad $75 every month. Okay? That's all that means. So don't think that like, what is that question asking me? It's just saying, what does the slope mean? What do they mean by that? What is happening in this equation? What is happening in this situation? So the last thing, what does the y-intercept mean in the context of the situation? That's just saying, hey, what does the y mean? What does that y-intercept mean? The y-intercept means that's how much money he borrowed. Because if you look at it, it says that, it shows on the graph that he started at 700. He didn't start at 0. He didn't start borrowing nothing from his dad. That'd be kind of crazy. Hey, Dad, can I borrow nothing? What? Oh, I just want to borrow some money. Okay, well, how much money do you need, son? Oh, nothing. Wait, what? That's how that conversation's gonna go. What he did was, he said, hey, Dad, I need to fix my car. Oh, that's great. No, you don't understand. I need some money. Oh, well, if you got a mom like I got a mom, she'd say, I'm sorry, you need to rephrase that question. Because that doesn't sound like a question. That sounds like a demand. And I'd say, oh, my bad. Mom, can I borrow $700? That's probably how that conversation went. Yo, Dad, can I borrow $700? Oh, here you go, son. So the 700, our y-intercept, is the amount that Jeremy borrowed. So the y-intercept is the amount Jeremy borrowed from his dad. Now that's not a bad amount to borrow, and he was on a payment plan, and he ended up paying it off before 9 months, it looks like. So maybe somewhere around 9 months, maybe 9.5 months, he made that last payment. Better than borrowing it from a bank. Okay? So what time are we at here? 12:52. 12 minutes? Oh, Jesus. Okay. So that is going to be the only one we're going to get to on this video. On the next video, we're going to focus on, well, not really focus. I want us to get over to functions. So this is our linear equations, but I want us to also get into functions with distributive property, functions when we have our variables on both sides, those kind of things. So we still do have 2 more videos. If I feel like we do not need 2 more videos, I'm only going to do 1. What I'll do is I'll let you know at the beginning of the next video whether we're going to have a 4th video. All right. So I'll catch you in the next one.